might have noticed that barbecues with your mates have been a little bit different recently. There's one topic that keeps rearing its ugly head, and that is how crazy is property prices right now, right? Just like you, I'm looking to buy a property right now as well, and I'm wondering where it is that I could call home here in Brisbane. And look, when people keep asking that question, how am I going to be able to afford to buy a house in Brisbane? Even as a real estate agent, I find it tiring at times. So I decided I wanted to do something about it. And with a background in finance, I was fairly used to looking at a screen all day with a few numbers on there and being able to do some analysis and some comparison. So what I decided was missing was just some data around what median house prices are across the different suburbs in Brisbane. And I also wanted to be able to talk about what median unit prices were as well. So what I did is I went onto Price Finder, I grabbed all the data, and I put it into a spreadsheet and turned it into a usable format, which I can now send to you. And I can send that to you if you send me an email at chris@purere.com.au. My name is Chris Anderson from Pure Real Estate, and today I'm going to walk you through some of the more affordable areas in Brisbane. We're going to have a look at what the median family can buy, median family income can buy in Brisbane. I'll show you what suburbs are affordable. I'm also going to show you what's affordable for under $1 million, and then I'll show you some of the unit market as well. We'll also cover off on where have been low growth areas, where have been high growth areas, and where are the great spots to buy or invest. There's a fair bit of detail in this report, so excuse the notes. But look, in my mind, the key issue that we have in Brisbane is partially caused by agents. And I know that another reason to hate on agents, but if you are looking to buy in a certain suburb, most properties are listed without a price. A lot of them are going to auction. Some of them are listed for offers over, and you don't really have an understanding of just how far over that price that's listed there they likely would go for. In other points, they're listed without any detail, and it might be like make an offer or something along those lines. And then sometimes those agents don't really have a plan about how that sale process is going to play out. And so they'll sell the property within a couple of days on market, and a lot of buyers won't even get a look in. All of this causes frustration, but I think price-wise, that's where a lot of the frustration is. And so in my mind, if you know the median price of a suburb, then you know that you can walk into that suburb and likely buy around about the median house at auction or thereabouts. And you might need to give yourself a certain percentage to allow the auction prices to jump up and you still be able to be competitive. But before we jump into that price data of what's been happening in the houses and unit market, what I'd love to jump into is affordability. Now, looking at the 2016 census data, we know that median family income in Brisbane is around about that $100,000 mark. So I spoke with a mortgage broker mate of mine, Jonathan Reeves, and he gave me some numbers around what $100,000 in family income can buy in this market. So 2 adults, 2 kids, 50K income each, and a 6K credit card, max purchase $500,000. 2 adults, 2 kids, 50K income each, 6K credit card, and a $660 per month car loan, that max purchase price drops from $500,000 to $400,000. Now get rid of the kids. Double income, no kids, 50K income each, and a 6K credit card, max purchase price is $647,000. Now let's work with that $647,000 number. I know that based on the data that I've pulled, there's 25 suburbs in Brisbane that you can buy the median house price for under $647,000. I won't show you all of these just here. The data is available if you shoot me an email, but I will walk you through the 10 most affordable suburbs in Brisbane. Now, given that these are the conversations that you're already having at barbecues, we figured why not have this conversation while having a barbecue? Now, as I mentioned, there's 25 suburbs in Brisbane where the median house price is under $647,000. We're going to have a look at the 10 most affordable suburbs in Brisbane. So we have Wacol, Inala, Archerfield, Ellen Grove, Acacia Ridge, Rocklea, Durack, Darra, Chuar, and Pinkenba. You might have noticed almost all those suburbs are on the south side of Brisbane. In general, there are more affordable options on the south side for under $647,000. So that's great that they're affordable, but you may be wondering which suburbs are the best for growth. Well, let's have a look at the high growth suburbs now. Here are some of the highest growth suburbs in Brisbane when it comes to house price. In order of growth, Kangaroo Point, Tenerife, Manly, Camp Hill and Tennyson all doubled or more over the last decade. Kangaroo Point actually went up by 150% from $715,000 to $1.79 million since 2011. That's over $1 million worth of growth in 10 years. So where are the lowest growth suburbs? Well, here we have Pollara, Rochedale, Chuar, Pinkenba and Shorncliffe. Now, Pollara and Rochedale were the only suburbs to experience a drop in median house price over the last decade, while Chuar, Pinkenba and Shorncliffe all experienced growth of 22% or lower. As you can see, most of these suburbs have a median house price of under $1 million. In fact, there are over 100 suburbs in Brisbane where the median house price is still under $1 million. Here are a few of the more popular suburbs for under $1 million on the north and south sides of Brisbane. So here we have on the north side, Chermside, Stafford, Nunda and Lutwyche. All of those are under $955,000. Then Carina, Mansfield, Morningside and Holland Park for all under $945,000 on the south side. So we've covered off on some house prices across a few suburbs, but where do units fit in? Well, here's a slide that compares median house price to median unit price across a few popular suburbs. Here we have South Brisbane, West End, Kangaroo Point, Coorparoo, Hamilton and New Farm. It's interesting to note the variance in price between median unit price for the area and median house price, shown in yellow above the blue median house price numbers. In South Brisbane, West End and Coorparoo, this variance between median house price and median unit price was $800,000 or less, while Hamilton and Kangaroo Point were just under $1.25 million and New Farm was over $1.5 million. So looking at median unit prices, most of these suburbs come in under the $647,000 number. And looking more closely at the data, I can see that there are actually over 100 suburbs in Brisbane where the median unit price is less than $647,000. Based on this, it's clear that we have an affordability problem when it comes to freehold homes, but units are still affordable for most. So are they high growth assets? Here's a grouping of some of the biggest suburbs for unit sales, and the growth figure is shown in bold above the orange 2021 median unit prices. As you can see, growth has been 14 to 30% for these suburbs, and about 40 suburbs grew by 30% or higher over the 10-year period. This compares to 140 suburbs where the median house price went up by 50% or more over the decade. As you can see, units are affordable, although they don't seem to grow as quickly as houses. Could this change over the next 10 years in the lead up to the Olympics as demand spikes and affordability continues to be an issue? Well, this is where we get to play a game. So you've probably played Monopoly before, and you understand that the main goal of Monopoly is to make some money, buy some property, be able to receive rent on property, and also be able to sell properties for a great price. Now, for you to be able to play this game in real life, to start making moves in the market, the first step that you need to go through is to understand what you can afford. So speak to your mortgage broker, speak to someone you can trust to make sure that you know what your purchasing power is. Now, after that, you need to then understand how that purchasing power is going to be put into use across the suburbs in Brisbane. So shoot me an email and I'll send you the data for median unit and house prices across Brisbane. Third, you need to actually then be comfortable speaking with agents. I know, you're going to have to speak to a real estate agent. Not all of us are bad, okay? Or some of us are good, in other terms. And look, there is some strategies that you can put into play to make sure that when you're having conversations with agents, you're getting exactly what you want without having to give them the world, right? So you need to be able to be confident to pick up the phone, have a conversation with that agent, understand the game that they're going to play for that particular listing, and then know, based upon what they've told you, what strategies you can employ so you're confident you can win that game, right? So feel free to shoot me a text and I can book in a call for you to have a chat about anything that may be coming up for you. I think that pretty much covers it. If there's anything I might be able to help with, feel free to reach out to me. I hope you've found this useful and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.